Hey guys, it is Garrett Stewart with Command Consult, and I get this request a lot. So when I help develop agents' websites for them, some agents want to do it themselves, and they want to learn how to create a home valuation landing page on their KW website. So here's an example of the website I'm referring to. This is one that's on my website. You can feel free to go to my website, renasparks.kw.com, and just use the tab to get down to home value to check it out, get my home value. Once there, you can view it if you'd like. But today I want to show you how I built this site so that you can be able to build it yourself if you'd like. So we're going to utilize this is a free form, and I do want to clarify on this as well. This is simply a form intake. It's going to go into your email and to the form creator, and that's where the contacts will lie. So it won't automatically go into command. Now, I believe I'm using 123 Form Builder to build this form, and I believe it has a Zapier integration. I have not done that yet. Just to be upfront, but I've seen that 123 Form Builder does feed in there, and command feeds in there, so it might work. But I'm not. I have not done that myself. But so essentially, all it's going to do is going to intake their information, and you are going to input them into command. But you're also going to be sending them evaluation. It does not send them any type of report whatsoever. So. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into 123 Form Builder. This is the one I like. I like it because it's a little bit pretty. I know some people have used Google Forms. It works, but I just like the look of the 123 Form Builder a little bit more because you have like the background picture here and things like that, so it's a little bit more cute. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and click blank form. So once you create an account on 123 Form Builder, you'll go to create a form and do a blank form. Then we're going to start to build this out. So we're going to decide what items we want. So first thing, obviously, is we want to get their address. So we can scroll down here, and there's actually an address field tab that we can click on. And there it goes. It automatically fills in there. And now we can customize this a little bit. So we don't need some of these options on here, like United States and things like that. We're only going to be pushing for United States. So we can go down here. I get rid of the address line too as well. I kind of want this more condensed. They can enter in their entire address if it's like a suite or apartment number. Well, I guess it would be apartment number, but unit number, things like that. They can all put on one line. I'm also going to get rid of the country. And so that way it kind of has it more consolidated there. So did that. Now we can move to, then after that is when you want to change it to address format to United States. That will change this so it'll be a state drop down. Now, obviously, most cases you're going to be just doing in your state, your city type thing, but I just like to have it national. So we have all that. So that's going to be the first thing. You, of course, want to make sure you have this as required. We want to have the street address, the city, the state, and zip code required. So that way they cannot move on and submit that form until that's completed. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go back. And now we're going to do obviously we want their name. So we click on name. And we can just keep it simple like that. We can put instructions on here if we want to. But we do want to make this required. So I'll have that little red asterisk next to it. We can even have it capitalize their first letter. So it has some kind of cool customability to it. So you can do whatever you'd like. There's instructions would pop up right below here if you want any type of instructions. I'll show you. I don't normally put it on the name. What I put it on is next we ask for the email address, which is, I guess I put a short text on this one. So we'll do short text, and then we'll name it email address. And then I like to put, for the instructions, I'll put, I will send you your, home value report here. or to this email. Okay, perfect. That kind of helps with them actually putting in their email address, because I do want to capture that for sure. Now, I like to put in the phone number as well. Now, this one I don't put as required, but you can if you want to make it required. And normally what I'll do is, if I have any additional questions on the property, I will contact you here. So you could do something like that on the property. We could do to create your report. Perfect. Now we can make it required. We don't have to. And then it's already formatted the 334 way. So as you can see, you have the area code and then the phone number. Okay, now we've got that. So the last thing I'd like to do is kind of get an idea of motivation. So you can do a drop down and you can ask, whoops, there we go. How likely are you to sell your home? I could do very in the next 1 to 3 months. Hopefully soon. Now you can change these to whatever you want. That's the cool thing. Hopefully soon. 4 to 6 months. Within the next year. Just curious. And you gotta have that just curious option, right? Because that a lot of people will probably want that. So, and then we'll make that required. That way we have an idea of their motivation. And okay, there we go. So we're all set there. Now, here's the thing. If you notice on my page, I have this split, so just the address shows up first. This creates the likelihood that they're actually going to do it. If they go to a landing page and they just see all of that information all on the first page, they're just going to be like, I don't want to enter in all of that info. But by the time they enter their address and get to the next page on here, they've already done some work, so they're more likely to complete that form. So I like to split this form. So how do I do that? Well, down here is page break. So we can do a page break right in between the address and everything else. Now with the page break, I get rid of, on the layout, I clicked on the page break and I changed that to hidden. That way it doesn't show that there's multiple pages. Excuse me. And then finally we want to change this text to what? Oh, whoops. What is my home worth? You could change the font if you want to something like I changed mine into something a little bit more fun. So you can change it if you want. You have all the fun little options in here if you want it. So let's bump that up to 24 and hit save. Perfect. Okay. So now we see the page break there. I get rid of the verification. Now, I normally don't get any spam ones on here. This would help prevent spam bots like coming through and filling out the form though. So you can just go ahead and hit none, and that will not have a CAPTCHA for them to get stuck on to submit, because they're kind of annoying to be honest. So we'll get rid of that. Okay, now the very last thing we need to do is we want to make it pretty with a cute background picture, right? So we're going to go down here to design. And we're going to scroll down to the page, and page background is right here. So we're going to choose a picture. I use Unsplash. So you can just choose, I like kitchen pictures. I think they look well, and if you see mine right here, watch this. It's like basically a version of this. I think there's a close-up version here. So there's some really nice like kitchen pictures in here. You don't have to use kitchen. You could use a house. You could use a living room, a city, anything really to get what you want in there. So let's just go ahead. We'll pick one of these. So we'll Unsplash is cool because it's non-copywritten photos, and you don't have to. They encourage you to credit the person, but you don't have to. So there we go. We hit download, and then we're going to go over here and back to the form editor on 1, 2, 3, and we'll upload an image. We'll go right there, and we'll go to downloads, and there it is. We'll add it, and watch what happens in the background as it uploads. There it goes. Now it looks a little funky in the preview. Don't freak out. We can go ahead and we can preview it, or I think we're done here. So let's go ahead and publish it because we can edit it after it's published. We'll copy the code. And there it is. Awesome. We created a simple valuation site. Now you could just create this on its own and leave it. This makes it a great, easy, free landing page for home valuations. You could probably mask that with your GoDaddy or whoever you have your provider from as well. Okay, so now that we have that, though, we want to embed it onto our agent website, right? So in order to do that, we're going to go on 1, 2, 3 form editor. There's actually an embedded option on here. So we went, after it publishes, you have the link here, but we're going to go to embedded, and we're going to do iframe. So here's the very important part to remember when embedding the iframe. So you're going to want to copy, let's see here, only certain amount. Actually, you know what I end up doing? You can embed this and just copy the iframe to iframe portion, but there's a different way to do it as well. And I think it's a little bit more efficient, just because you have more control of what you're seeing. You could use this form and you can embed it onto your KW agent website. So how you do that? So I use my website commandconsult.com, and I have the coding for you on here. So if you go down here to more and go to resources, and then go down to code for sites and landing pages, there's code right here for you, an iframe code again. So you can copy that. And we're going to go over to our command, and we'll go down here to consumer. And from consumer, we are going to hit create a new site. You could do on my agent site. You could also do a standalone page if you wanted it not on your agent site, but just as a standalone page. But it kind of already is, so it'll almost defeat the purpose. Okay, so here we go. We can do content block, move the text over, and then we're also, so we've got the text there. We have to put a widget on there to make the page live on there. So you can see on mine, if you scroll down, I just have a bio of mine on there. So that's what I have on mine. You can do the same on yours, or you could do download my app. That's a good one as well. So let's just do download my app. Keep it clean and simple. Now we'll go ahead and go into the text. Now remember, we copied that code already, so we're going to paste that code. Now you can see your website here. Well, guess what? That's what we're going to put on there. So we're going to go back to the form editor, and there's that link right here. We're going to copy the code. We'll go back here, and we're going to highlight the part that's within the parentheses, and we're going to paste it. There we go. Now here's the very important part to get this to embed properly. We're going to triple click at the very end of the word iframe here. So you see where my cursor is, and I'm going to just left click on my mouse 3 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll give it a second, and it is okay. We should be good. I don't see it on here, but sometimes it doesn't preview. So let's go ahead and hit Save Changes now. Well, we need to configure the widget, make sure it's all good on here. All looks good. So I like to just make sure all the configure widget, if we added like the bio or things like that, we need to make sure that's all good on there. That looks great. So we'll go ahead and we change the title on there. We could just do valuation. Okay. We'll hit Save Changes. Yes. Now let's make sure this goes through. Alrighty, so now it's not on our website yet, but it's created to add it. So we're going to go over to Site and App Settings. We're going to go over to Site Pages, and we're going to add a page right here. And there's our valuation page, and we'll hit Continue, and we'll just call it Value, just so we can easily be discernible besides my other one, Value. Well, I'll put there and put the URL slug as value. Okay, we'll hit Save Page Changes. Okay, so now if we hit refresh on my website, let that drop down and there's value. So you should be able to click there. And of course, for the preview, it's not showing up properly. So this may happen for you, and that's why we work through this together. And this is why some agents just hire me to do it, because I like to just play with it until I get it right. So more than likely, it was something with the code. So we're going to go back. We'll hit create a new site. We can edit the site in designs as well, but I'm just going to do it one more time. And my guess is it has to do with I might have got a space in there. So let's do this. We'll go ahead and do this one more time. Paste that. We'll go to the 123 form builder. We'll copy that code. Paste that. And again, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't look like it's going in. Hang tight. Let me look at one other option. Okay, so Command's being a little temperamental with me right now in terms of getting that to embed. Sometimes embedding can be a little bit more complicated because, especially with iframe, you're literally putting a website within a website, which can complicate things. So I have figured out, I remembered how to work through this as the iframe. So I went back to the 123 form builder site, and we went to embedded, and we went to iframe. So there's a lot here. So here's my suggestion. When you copy this code, you're going to go back in here and you're going to insert a text box. Be sure to add the other widget first before putting the there we go. Before putting the other text in here. Now that we've got that in here, we can go through this. So here's the last thing. You can to get this iframe to place properly, you're going to delete this first part. So you want the beginning and the end to end with iframe. So we got rid of that, and we're going to let's see. So we got, so it goes through all of that. Now I'm going to get rid of this as well. Perfect. And we're going to get rid of this at the end. If I triple click, there it goes. Now, this is the little lesson on just doing it from the thing. You see how it's kind of small and not full screen? I would want it to fill up a little bit more. So how do we do that? Well, I'm going to trash it and show you how to make sure it's properly fitted. So we'll drop here and do a text box. We're going to paste that same exact code in here, but we're going to make a couple of alterations to it. So the first thing we're going to do, obviously we'll get rid of this again. we're going to get rid of this part again as well. And then we'll get rid of that. Perfect. So this is the part that has the issue though. So you have the height, it's going to inherit. If you change this to 1,000. Okay, just do that. And now if you triple click again, 1, 2, 3, look at that. It's a lot bigger, shows that full picture, looks a lot better, and we're done. So here we go. We'll do value. Whoops. Value. I guess I already have one, so we'll do valuation. Save changes. Yes. Okay, we've got the valuation on there. We'll go over here. We'll cite pages. And we already have that page called value, so we're just going to change that out. We'll hit that little 3 dots. We would create a new one if we hadn't already. We'll hit select page though, and we'll do this new valuation page. We'll hit continue, save page changes, and watch this when I hit refresh. There we go. We've got it. So now when your consumers go in there, they're going to be able to just do 123 Main Street. We'll just do Reno. That's where I'm at. We'll do Nevada. Next page. It doesn't authenticate it, just heads up. So, and then, you know, we could do Garrett Stewart at kw.com. Put in my phone number if I want to, and you know, I'm looking to sell in the next 4 to 6 months. I hit submit, and now I'm going to get a form back in my email saying exactly what my response, or with that information, all that data. And it also shows up in my form builder as well. Also on this, I want to point out at the end of this, you see your message has been sent. Thanks for filling out our form. You can change that as well. There is a thank you page edit button here that you can use to change it. So if you want to change that out to say something else, you can have it redirect to a web page. You can, there's a lot of different things that you can do. So it's really customizable, which is really cool. So this has a lot of customability to it. Now, the 123 form builder is free for a basic version. If you want to get more enhanced features and things like that, you're going to have to do a paid version. But for the most part, what I just did, you can completely do for free through 123 form builder. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you watch this and you're like, this is overwhelming, this might not be for me. Well, I do specialize on setting up agent websites. You can go to commandconsult.com, hit command setup, and you can set up agent website where we set up your site for you. If you're looking for more training videos, you can click videos right here, and you can go through and watch all these different sites right here on my website. I do want to point out there is a great website down here, or video. If you use Cloud CMA and want something for more visibility for valuation, there is a Cloud CMA integration. If you are paying for that, this video walks you right through that as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any other questions, you can go right to my website and hit chat, and you can chat with me instantly. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.